A new female condom will be launched at a teenage pregnancy awareness campaign. This is in an effort to raise awareness about teenage pregnancy and to help reduce the numbers. Well, Health Minister Dr. Zweli Mkhize, Free State Premier Sisi Ntombela and Health MEC MM2 will present the new Maxima condom. Now, Dr. Jürgen Pillay from the Department of Health joining us via Skype to tell us more about this. Dr. Pillay, good evening and thanks so much for your time. I mean, the obvious question would be, how are you hoping that this is actually going to help curb teenage pregnancy? We've been preaching, safe sex. We've been preaching the use of condoms for decades. And how are you hoping that this is going to get the message through to women and young girls to actually take responsibility?
Yuveka, thanks very much, and good evening to your viewers as well. It's first to say, last year we had more than 8,000 young children between the ages of 10 and 14 delivering babies in the public health sector, and over 250,000 young women between the ages of 15 and 19 delivering babies. So clearly we have a crisis on our hands and we can't do nothing about it. We've got to do something about it. We are linking this to the statements by the President in the State of the Nation address, where he mentioned a number of things, 6 in fact, to deal with the youth unemployment crisis in the country. Now, we are saying, well, you can deal with the economics of the youth, but you also have to ensure that they are healthy and productive. So the Minister is going to be, as you said, with the Premier and the MEC and others in Sasolburg tomorrow to talk about the importance of young children being children and not being parents. And in that context, we are providing a range of contraceptives for those children that are sexually active. But clearly the first thing is for caregivers and parents and communities to ensure that these children and remain, as far as possible, they should not be practicing sexual relations. And if they are, we are saying they must be on contraceptives. But the first thing is really to abstain.
Well, Doc, where would you be making these available? Would they be free? How accessible will they be to those who actually need it, who can't walk into a store and buy one?
So it's completely free, Yuveka, and we have 40 million of them, and they are in different colors, and they are scented pretty much like their male counterparts, the Max condom, and this is branded Maxima for maximum pleasure, maximum safety, So we really went out of our way as a department to improve access to these condoms. The good thing about female condoms is that it puts the power in the hands of women. And that's one of the things in the context of large numbers of people who are sexually abused in our country, that we are giving women, therefore, the opportunity and the ability to protect themselves by using a female condom rather than depending on males to use the male condom, because we know that it's very difficult for many women to negotiate condom use with their partners.
Well, on that note, Doc, yes, you are bound to come up against some cultural practices. We know in some cultures, young girls are required to prove fertility in some way. There are lots of other pressures as well, like you say. What are you going to be telling these, and I'm going to call them kids, what are you going to be telling these kids?
Well, we're saying to these kids, Yuveka, that they must stay in school, finish school, because that would give them the autonomy that they need as they grow up to make their own decisions in life and not to be dependent on others. So kids should be kids, not parents.
Okay, and, the other thought, Doc, might be, why not go on just an awareness campaign? Why provide this, where some might actually see it as the okay to go ahead and indulge in some kind of sexual activity? Why not just make it a no, stay away?
Well, that's clearly what we would like to see. But if you have over 8,000 10 to 14-year-olds delivering babies every year, and more than 250,000 15 to 19-year-olds being pregnant and delivering babies, it's clear that these young people are having sex. So, to pretend otherwise would be really foolish. So we are saying, well, for those that are sexually active, here are a range of contraceptives to not only stop unwanted pregnancies, but also stop HIV as well as other sexually transmitted infections. And for those that are not sexually active, we would encourage them, of course, to continue to be sexually inactive for as long as possible, so that they protect themselves and they can have, a better life going forward.
So just give us a reminder there, Doc, what age groups are you going to be targeting? Because like you say, the moms are getting younger and younger.
No, absolutely. These condoms, of course, are suitable for all women. So if they don't discriminate by age. But clearly we would like to focus on women that are most vulnerable and whose partners, for one reason or another, do not want to wear a male condom or use a male condom. So this is for everybody. But because of this crisis with teenage pregnancy, the event tomorrow will focus on teenage pregnancy awareness, the risks, and they are linked to what the President said in the State of the Nation address with respect to ensuring that teenagers can grow up, become very productive members of society, and contribute to the wealth as well as the happiness of South Africa.
Well, thanks very much for your time, Dr. Jürgen Pillay from the Health Department.